Alright, National Friday celebrators, what I have for you today is pretty remarkable. So two videos ago, I released one where I time traveled to the portable section of the gaming industry in 2001, looking at Nintendo's Game Boy Advance. Here's what I meant about the hookup with the Wii U thing, with the GameCube and the Game Boy Advance, all from Nintendo. It links like that. So this is what I had. So, if you remember when we took a look at the Game Boy Advance, this is the game I reviewed, the WWF game for Game Boy Advance, and I told you that I found some pretty interesting things tucked behind the cartridge here, but it took me a while, like 5 minutes of digging, but I found some really cool stuff. I found even more stuff than what I just thought was in here, and these things, like, all I showed you was the instructions booklet, and a magazine subscription to Nintendo Power Advance. But I found even better treasures. So here's the Game Boy Health and Safety Manual, which isn't part of the treasure, believe me, it's something way better. The instructions manual, I'll have to keep these in order. So this went on top of that. And then here's the Nintendo Power Advance magazine subscription. And this is actually a poster. This builds up, I guess you can pin it to a wall or something. This actually folds up to become a poster of the game, which I'm not going to hang up. I'm actually just going to keep inside the box for originality. But it actually folds up to become a poster, yes. So I'll fold that back up then and put that on top of the game booklet. And this was on top of that. Alright, so here's what I have to show you. So, located inside the Nintendo Power Advance, I found an old phone number for Nintendo. Nintendo.com, that's the website they still use, obviously. It says, use the order card or call now, toll free. And it has a number to subscribe to Nintendo Power Advance magazines back in 2001. Now, I'm not exactly sure whether these numbers are still active today. I'm guessing they are inactive because that was a long time ago that these were actually in here. Like, Nintendo probably changed their number a long time ago. And what I have to borrow today is a really old phone from VTech. Really old phone. Which it might end up being in a Go-In Retro. Actually, no, this one will not be in a Go-In Retro. But this is an old phone that we're going to use, that people probably had back in 2001, to call and ask for information, which we most likely will not get, from a phone number for Nintendo back in 2001. So, are you ready for this, guys? We're going to attempt, I'll put it on speaker so you guys will hear just in case we get the results that I imagined, but we most likely will not. Here's it if you want to call it by itself. If you are a little kid, I do not recommend calling this without your parents' permission. I'm going to say that right now. So here we have the number. It is, I'm actually not going to give it to you out of copyright. I'm not going to give you the phone number. I'm just going to call it. So it's 1, alright. That's the only digit I'll give you, is 1. To be respectful to Nintendo because they are a great, great company, and I love them. Oh my god, here it goes, wow. Can't believe we're actually about to do this. Hello? Is this...
Hi. Thank you for calling Nintendo. Let's connect you to a specialist quickly. Let's get started.
Para asistencia en español, oprima el número 9.
For parental controls or to check the status of an order or repair, press 1. For problems connecting to the internet or Netflix, or help with system updates, press 2. For help with Nintendo Network accounts, transferring content between systems, or billing and prepaid card issues, press 3. For troubleshooting, setting up a repair, or for questions about features and compatibility, press 4. For questions about promotions, Nintendo eShop, or general game and console questions, press 5. To repeat this menu, press 8.
I can't believe it. I was definitely not expecting that, but I did fantasize about that. We actually got a hold of the Nintendo phone number. I did not think that was still active. I honestly cannot believe that. I did not know that number was still active, and it looks like we got very interesting results out of this. I definitely cannot believe that. Finally, something. I did not know that something in this package would actually still be valid. That is very, very incredible. So yeah, we just called the Nintendo number, and it actually worked. It went to a system menu, of course, but it looks like they still decided to keep it current. Wonderful, just wonderful. I am very glad we got that good result and calling the Nintendo's number. Honestly, I'm not going to continue the conversation because, oh, hang on a sec. I have to return this phone, by the way. Sorry about this. I'm pausing it, so. That actually took a while. So back to what I was saying, I returned the phone number, and we actually did it. We called Nintendo successfully. That's awesome. Thank you, Japan. Thank you so much for that. I'm so glad we were actually able to have that call. I wish it could have been with a person. Like, when I first said hello into it, and I got a reply, at first I was like, oh my god, a human, it's working. But it turns out it was just a voice message thing voiced by humans. It was a male voice. It was a cool male voice instead of like that lame robotic one, after the beep you must blah blah blah. Like, we already know about this crap. You don't have to keep telling us. But it's programmed and they're sticking with it. Anyway, back to Nintendo. So yeah, very, very good. Chances are if you have a Nintendo Game Boy Advance game from 2001 to 2005 or 2006, you have these kinds of things located in the back. If you lift up the flap here, you still have this located in the back. One thing I did not mention is this was one of the early portable WWE games that let you actually use weapons outside the ring. That's another thing I did not mention. I played this a lot before. It's a very good quality game for back then, especially for back then, yeah. So, yeah, wow, we did it. We got a hold Nintendo. I'm gonna keep everything in order like it was in the box. I'm just gonna